Mary Hart at the Entertainment Tonight studios. Can't get enough of that Jackson-Presley stuff? We have the latest and you won't believe it.
It's Bombs Away in Tinseltown. I'm John Tesh. Why are the can't miss films missing? We'll show you why millions are going down the drain.
Plus, Cheryl Ladd gets teed off. And we've dug up a story that'll go right to your head. This is Entertainment Tonight for Thursday, August 4th, 1994.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the show. Guess what we're leading off with today?
Guess? You got it. There is nothing quite like a story about superstars with lots of facts missing to set the tabloids into feeding frenzy mode, making up headlines to sort of suit themselves. The secret wedding and now secret honeymoon of the King of Pop and the daughter of the King of Rock is taking on a media life of its own, and E.T. covers the hoopla.
The competition between the papers is absolutely fierce. It's like World War III. Donald, it's Phil Hoffman from the New York Post. I just want to see what's the latest on the Jackson story.
For the media, the heat is on indeed as they attempt to answer the questions of the curious, like the crowds that still gather at the Trump Tower hoping for a glimpse of the newlyweds.
Get up in the morning and take a shower and everything, then come down here and just hang around. And so far I've seen Lisa Marie Presley, but no Michael Jackson yet.
The couple's penchant for secrecy makes a reporter's job difficult indeed.
You sort of have to just sneak around and talk with the fringe people involved, security guards, friends, people who have some intimate knowledge of the Jackson-Presley camp, and you can fish things out, but it's hard.
Patrick Reynolds, the doorman at the couple's Trump Plaza residence, says the press has been behaving well with not one bribe offered yet.
Oh, no. I'm waiting for that one.
It might be coming soon. A photo of the happy couple is this story's holy grail.
A picture of the two of them would be worth, I don't know, $20,000, $30,000, $40,000. A picture of them cuddling together.
I got a shot of somebody who looked like Lisa Presley. Actually, when everybody else starts to come by, that's the time not to come by, because then you can be sure that it's not going to happen.
Then be prepared to wait. This crowd isn't going anywhere.
This story is not cooling down, and don't expect it to cool down. It's going to keep going and going and going until we have Jacko in the palm of our hands.
Probably. The Jackson-Presley story is big news overseas as well. A Moscow paper says the marriage wrecks the dreams of Russian girls who would rather see Jackson as gay or a child molester, or believe it or not, a serial killer. Anything but a happily married man.
Hollywood is rejoicing all the way to the bank in the midst of what looks to be a record-breaking summer at the box office. The film parade is led by The Lion King, Forrest Gump, The Flintstones, and Speed, all of which have soared past the $100 million mark. But checking out the big picture, E.T. finds that there are a number of highly touted expensive movies that turned out to be duds. As the summer season began, the stars beamed with high hopes.
We like the movie, we made it for people to go.
It was good because Nick and I both had very similar ideas as to how we wanted this relationship to come across.
Hopefully, it'll make you laugh and it'll make you cry a little bit.
But harsh reality has settled in like a heat wave. And while The Lion King and Forrest Gump may raise summer's box office total to a projected $2 billion, some stars have been hammered by major disappointments.
We've got some new laws since you boys were here.
Wyatt Earp cost a reported $60 million and has only earned about $23 million. Sources put the budget for I Love Trouble around $45 million. It's taken in only $28 million. And getting even with Dad may never break even for Ted Danson and Macaulay Culkin. Rolling Stone magazine's film critic Peter Travers thinks Hollywood executives are getting a bit edgy.
This is a summer in which they're making more money than ever before, but they're also flopping badly on sure things. Panic time.
Travers points out that even sequels like City Slickers 2 and Beverly Hills Cop 3 got only lukewarm response. One problem is unprecedented competition.
There are almost 70 movies this summer. That's more than any other summer in history. So what you're doing is you're putting movies out there at war with each other.
Oh, baby's on the road!
Among the hardest hit have been films aimed at kids. Baby's Day Out cost $48 million. It's made about $14 million. The budget for North was a reported $40 million, and so far it's earned around $6 million.
Thank you.
Travers believes that most film companies are not very good at marketing to kids. He points to campaigns for Lassie and Black Beauty as prime examples.
And feel the magic of Black Beauty.
The ad campaigns for Lassie and Black Beauty make even 5-year-olds think, what am I going to suffer through this for? This looks just too simple and goody-goody.
Leonard Clady, the box office analyst for the Showbiz Bible Variety, says bigger budgets are not the answer. One example is the mega hit Speed, which had a modest bus fare.
This is much better.
It's a film that has a typical or an average kind of budget, $25, $30 million, and it's a picture which has done $100 million.
And even when a film flops, Clady points out that star salaries stay in the millions.
You can call up any one of their agents and say, is Kevin taking a pay cut for his next film? And the answer is no. Did Arnold take a pay cut after The Last Action Hero? No. One film doesn't destroy a career.
Movies took in $2.1 billion last summer, an all-time record led by 5 films over the $100 million mark. This summer, the experts figure 8 movies will top the magic $100 million take.
Some stars measure success by having a television series bearing their name. Roseanne is one of those, but now she has raised the ante by being the subject of not 1, but 2 television movies. Stand back, here comes today's ET Gazette.
June is busting out all over.
Actually, it's Roseanne who's busting out all over. First, NBC announced plans for a TV movie based on her life, and now Fox is trying to beat them to the punch with a Roseanne story it can call its own. Sources say the unauthorized TV biography will be a rush job, with casting expected to begin any day and cameras ready to roll by the end of the month. Fox hopes to have Roseanne in the can and on the air by early fall. With Clint Eastwood already set to star in the long-awaited The Bridges of Madison County, now reports have it that he may also take over the directing reins as well. If true, Clint will be replacing Bruce Beresford, who reportedly bailed out of the project after butting heads with the studio over his desire to have a European actress cast in the role of Francesca. It's not known who Clint would like to star opposite and direct. He'll just have to cross that bridge when he comes to it. And Jamie Lee Curtis gives movie fans a little tease in True Lies when she rips the clothes right off her back. But according to one source, she pulled out all the stops for poolside guests at a hotel during filming. As the story goes, Jamie Lee went down for a little dip, but rather than using the nearby changing room, she did a very seductive and very complete striptease before finally putting on her bathing suit. When asked about it, a spokeswoman for the True Lies star told E.T. that this story is a true lie. Jamie Lee is also taking a lot of heat from critics for playing a woman who takes a lot of heat in True Lies. Jamie Lee's response, and we quote, "It's a comedy, lighten up, just chill out a little bit."
Next on E.T., the job that lured Cheryl Ladd back to work, but she's in it for the fringe benefits.
And later, whatever happened to Cathy Lee Crosby? We'll show you how she's coming back with some tough talk.
Then hold on to your head. We're digging into the crypt, that tale, coming up on Entertainment Tonight.
Every morning I look forward to my day. Oh, being a working mother isn't easy, and I have to make the most of every dollar. I really appreciate Zeller's lowest price law and their low prices throughout the store.
At Zeller's, we're proud of our law of lowest prices and the hundreds of weekly specials you see in our flyers.
Light brief covers, 4 for 76 cents. 3-pack 1-inch binders just $2.44, and 20-pack Laurentian coloring pencils only $2.46 a pack. Lower low prices, brand names, and free clubs and rewards only at your stores. Zeller's, because the lowest price is the law.
Who would you talk to twice as long for the same money?
My mother in London.
My Uncle Jake in Seoul.
With Sprint Canada, you can call the person you talk to most for the least. In fact, Sprint splits the cost with you.
My brother Bob in Boston.
Tony in Tuktoyaktuk.
Hey, you can yak twice as long to Tuktoyaktuk for the same price. Besides, what else does Tony have to do up there? Get the most for the least from Sprint Canada.
It's the unsinkable taste that's for everyone. But hey, did you know?
Cheerios has only 1 gram of sugar and the great taste your family loves.
One and only Cheerios.
Go for the fun.
Could you press the button for the top floor, please?
Go for the adventure.
Have you ever killed anyone?
Yeah, but they were all bad.
Arnold Schwarzenegger, Jamie Lee Curtis, True Lies. Now playing.
Hi, I'm Holly Doan. As any golfer will tell you, to be good, you must do two things: master the stroke and the putt. Tomorrow, golf pro Sandra Post will show you how to improve your short game. Join us then on Canada AM.
In One West Waikiki, Cheryl Ladd plays a medical examiner who solves complex homicides with a police detective played by Richard Berge.
Unzip it. The bag.
What was that?
Shark victim.
And Cheryl says filming the premiere in the Aloha State was a definite factor in taking the part.
Very much so. It was such a big drawing card. Because I live in a beautiful place in the Santa Barbara area, so getting me out of there these days is getting tougher and tougher. It's got to be something I really want to do.
But being in Hawaii also meant indulging in her favorite sport, golf, even after a full day of filming.
5 o'clock this morning on the set. Waiting for the sun to come up. They wrapped, and now we're on the golf course.
Great drive. What a great shot.
Cheryl's playing partner and partner in life, husband Brian Russell, says she is a natural.
In all honesty, Cheryl, the first time she picked up a golf club, she knew how to swing it. She just has a great natural swing. But these days, Cheryl takes lessons from Peter Jacobson, Freddie Couples, Arnold Palmer. So it makes her really tough to keep up with. It's true.
I've been given pointers by the best.
Oh!
Right down the middle.
Smoke it.
Bam! It's the most difficult sport I've ever tried to play, so I like the challenge of it. Oh, you hit that so nice. We have a big bet going on. I can't tell you what it is.
But we win either way.
After a quick 9 holes, it was dead even, but Cheryl only had this tap-in to win.
What a great finish. You won, honey. Well done.
Gives you some idea of what the bet was. Cheryl is so fanatical about golf, she goes to Scotland every year to play the legendary courses. And she's in talks with the LPGA about setting up a women's professional tournament in her name. One West Waikiki debuts tonight on CBS.
Tonight, the Heart File opens on Cathy Lee Crosby. In the early 80s, Cathy Lee had it all. A star's life and a hit show with That's Incredible. Then something incredible happened to her. Cathy Lee all but disappeared. Entertainment Tonight found out what happened and how she's fighting her way back.
I'm reaching right to the back of your soul. And I'm telling you, it is up to you.
For 13 years, Cathy Lee Crosby has been telling juvenile rapists, thieves, and murderers there is a better life. But in the last 3 years, it's Cathy Lee who has had to learn some hard lessons.
3 years ago, everything in my life, I lost everything. Somebody sued me for palimony. I mean, it was terrible. Lost everything. Everything I'd worked for, all my money, everything. I lost it.
As co-host of the popular TV show That's Incredible, Cathy Lee was not one to back down in the face of a challenge.
Yeah, you. Wake up. Get up.
But suddenly life became overwhelming for Cathy Lee. Her grandmother passed away. She contracted the debilitating Epstein-Barr syndrome, and her romance with ex-football great Joe Theismann ended in a bitter palimony suit that cost her millions. By 1990, she had all but disappeared from view.
I had to reevaluate everything. I had to look at everything. And it turned out to be extremely painful and a great gift. But you have to get to that point where you can see it as a gift.
It's real easy to be angry, and it's real easy to blame somebody else. Believe me, I had reason to blame my ex.
What Cathy Lee has learned about overcoming adversity, she presents as a gift to these teenagers who are working on big problems of their own.
My time to leave this earth, I want to be happy, you know. I never want to leave with a frown like some people, you know.
For some unknown reason, I just can respond to these kids really well. I understand that pain, and I don't look like someone who would.
Appropriately enough, it was the true story of a deeply disturbed child and her teacher that brought Cathy Lee out of her self-imposed exile. In Untamed Love, Cathy Lee is the last hope for an abused child who ties a classmate to a tree and sets him on fire.
My response to the book when I read this was, number one, how could this possibly be a true story? How could that teacher respond to what was there about that child that you could possibly respond to? And that intrigued me.
While Cathy Lee tries to create brighter futures for others on and off the screen, she can't wait to step into her own.
I know each and every one of you now, even the ones who didn't talk. Thanks a lot.
We all want to have a life that says something, that stands for something. I'd like to do that, and I'm really looking forward to it. So that I'm excited about, and I am so happy to be back.
Cathy Lee told us her work with troubled kids is a personal and private mission. In fact, our Entertainment Tonight crew was the first ever invited to go along. Her TV movie, Untamed Love, is showing now on the Lifetime Network. And that's an update from the Heart File.
American moviegoers paid big at the box office to see The Firm, The Pelican Brief, and The Client, all movies that started on John Grisham's word processor. Now word is the movie rights to Grisham's first novel and his personal favorite, A Time to Kill, are up for sale. The price could go as high as $6 million.
Another bestseller on the big screen is doing all right. The movie of Tom Clancy's Clear and Present Danger with Harrison Ford opened yesterday by selling more than $4.6 million in ticket sales. It's expected to earn $30 million plus by the end of the weekend.
Next, the most gruesome special effect ever attempted on Entertainment Tonight. Got your attention, didn't we?
It's the unspeakable taste that's for everyone. But hey, did you know?
Cheerios has only 1 gram of sugar and the great taste your family loves.
One and only Cheerios.
Here's a real weather summer forecast. Hot with plenty of heat. Polytel brings you the hottest blend of summertime hits, featuring premier Shabba Ranks and TBTBT. Plus DJ Ray and all-time classics by Aswad, Toots Hibbert, Bob Marley and Boris Gardner. 16 sizzling tracks including the new reggae version of this year's biggest hit. Believe it! You're gonna have a long hot scorching summer with Raga Heat. Raga Heat, available now on CD and cassette from Polytel.
I was born during Montreal's big Olympic year, which makes me 18 today. So I get to vote for the first time in my life on September 12th. I wouldn't miss it for anything. Enumerators are coming August 8th, 9th, 10th, and 11th to put me on the electoral list. Hey, I'm not going to miss them either. Because nothing's going to stop me from voting on September 12th.
Take advantage of everything the Bay has to offer.
Your better price advantage.
Don't miss the Wonder Bra Fit Clinic at the Bay. An expert consultant will give you a professional fitting and help you choose the right Wonder Bra from our extensive collection of styles. Receive an $8 Wonder Bra mail-in rebate when you purchase 2 bras with a total value of $35 or more from Wonder Bra.
Your better price advantage.
$1.5 million liters of refreshment. Super Aqua Club.
There's so much more.
Hi, I'm Suzanne Deshotel. Join me on the next Travel in Belgium. We'll start in Brussels at La Grande Place, one of Europe's most beautiful squares. Then over to the medieval city of Bruges to relax along the ancient canals and partake of a Belgian tradition, beer drinking. We'll wander through the rolling hills of the Ardennes and remember those who gave their lives for freedom. All that and more on the next Travel in Belgium.
This next next story is definitely not for the squeamish. Entertainment Tonight was invited along for a night in the crypt as a television cult hit tries to turn into a creature feature.
Action! Oh, yeah. We got a whole lot of trouble.
Uncle Willie, stop it. Put him down.
Going up?
There are creepy goings-on at the Mission Hotel. Actually, this is the set for the first movie based on the hit TV series Tales from the Crypt. Called Demon Night, it features a host of bizarre characters, many of whom get demonized.
Caroline, you wouldn't hurt me, would you? Ah!
Here, Demon Dick Miller strangles William Sadler and tosses Jada Pinkett aside. Sadler says this is only a little of what's in store.
Yes, it's full of surprises. You know, you never know who's going to be beheaded or dismembered or blown up.
While veteran horror star Miller is most happy just to see us.
And he loves the show.
Yeah, my favorite show, eating.
Actress Sherry Rose also gets turned into a demon. She says the whole process is monstrous.
The makeup took about 3 hours, takes about 3 hours, and about an hour and a half to get off. And I went out the other night actually with some of my makeup on and seen if it would work in the dating process. I think it scared some people away though.
3, 2, 1, go! Arm! Okay. Once we've cut, everybody stand still. If there's a lot of mess on the floor, let's try to clean it up before we track it all around.
All these demons have something to do with Billy Zane, who turns up to chase Sadler, and dark things start happening. In this scene, Zane's punch packs quite a wallop.
3, 2, 1,
Zane is supposed to be punching through the head of actor John Schuck. Makeup effects expert Todd Masters says this was one of the toughest scenes.
We obviously did not send a fist right through real John Schuck's head. It was a dummy head that we created with an animatronic fist that was shot in such a manner that it looked like it was Billy throwing the punch. Then we cut into a dummy head of John Schuck that he wrestles around with because his hand gets stuck inside the head and he can't get it off.
The makeup work, Todd Masters and his gang are just, they're phenomenal, the best. To take it to this level is something I always wanted to do, really. I haven't worked with that much prosthetic work, and this is an opportunity to do it. The gallons of blood make it kind of interesting. Always good work for the wardrobe department.
That dummy head had to show up again, and it did right in the middle of our interview with Sadler.
Oh, I can meet a friend of mine. Shut it.
And you haven't even seen the real weird stuff yet. Demon Night is also dressing up actors in full head-to-toe demon costumes, and one of our spies who saw them describes them as, quote, pretty intense. Demon Night is due out early next year.
After 14 years of being in tax debt, Willie Nelson has closed the book with the IRS. The original tab was $17 million in taxes and penalties, but the amount was lowered in negotiations. Willie's amazing life is now a biography. It's not between the pages, it's on the screen in tonight's coming attractions.
Don't you miss her? Said she up and walked away.
From his modest beginnings through his long and colorful career, country singer Willie Nelson has become one of America's favorite folk heroes.
Most of the things I've heard about me, both good and bad, are pretty close.
The life I love is making music with my friends, and I can't wait to get on the road again.
The Willie Nelson biography airs tonight on A&E.
A star, a motorcycle, a cop, and a 120-mile-an-hour chase. Is it a movie or real life? The answer is coming up in today's birthdays.
A man lies dead by his own hand, yet this boy remains silent.
Critics are calling The Client a masterpiece.
You talk to the feds tomorrow, I'll kill you.
Thrilling, ripping, sensational.
Why should he talk if we can't protect him?
Heart-pounding entertainment. The smartest thriller since The Fugitive. Susan Sarandon. Academy Award winner Tommy Lee Jones.
Have we played enough games here?
The Client. Now playing in English and French.
If the beautifully rounded lines of the all-new Monte Carlo seem somehow familiar, they should. After all, we borrowed them from you. The all-new 1995 Monte Carlo, inspired by and built around you, the driver. It's your own personal space, designed from the inside out for a very personal fit. The all-new 1995 Monte Carlo, genuine Chevrolet.
Whatever your questions about love, money, lost objects, or lucky numbers, JoJo's Psychic Alliance can give you the answers you want right now.
You got some numbers from JoJo's book, and then what did you do?
I went out and bought myself a lotto ticket, and I won.
You won?
Yes, with her special numbers that were in it. This is the book.
Now you say you won, and I got to ask you, and I presume $20,000, $30,000?
No, $100,000.
$100,000!
Don't forget to ask for JoJo's 1994 Love Horoscope. It's a very special guide to the planets and the stars. And it's yours, just for talking with one of her psychics.
I offer you ancient wisdom, plus love, plus compassion, and most of all, personalized predictions in love, health, finances, and career.
Do like I did. Call JoJo's Psychic Alliance now.
$4.99 per minute, adults only.
Coming up tomorrow on Entertainment Tonight, Tanya Harding's battled back before. Now she's braced for the fight of her life, and she'll fire the first salvo right here.
Production assistance furnished by the GM MasterCard. Only the GM card lets you earn 5% on everything you buy, up to $3,500 towards a new GM vehicle, and charges no annual fee. Get your GM card now.
Promotional fee paid by 1-800-COLLECT, America's inexpensive way to call someone collect. Use it every time you make a long-distance collect call. Celebrating a birthday this Thursday, August 4th, actress Crystal Chappelle is 29. Actor Wesley Snipes, 32. It was Wesley on a motorcycle who led a Florida state trooper on a high-speed chase and not for a movie. Yesterday, he paid a $7,000 fine. Also today, actor Christopher Tabori is 42, and comedian and actor Richard Belzer, 50. Say Kids, Airheads opens tomorrow at movie theaters coast to coast with an all-star soundtrack of alternative music.
And of course you've previewed it, right?
I have.
I have
fabulous.
The trailer only. Alternative indeed, John. Here is Motorhead with Ice-T and Whitfield Crane with Born to Raise Hell. We play it all the time on our little Harley radio on the road.
I'm sure you do. Enjoy it. See you tomorrow, folks.
Bye.
He's faster than a speeding bullet, but Lois stops him in his tracks on Lois and Clark, The New Adventures of Superman, Sunday at 8.
For Star Trek: The Next Generation, Saturday at 7.